All right, let's be real for a second. Being a student can feel like you're trying to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle. You've got assignments, deadlines, a social life. It is a lot. But what if I told you there's a way to trade all that chaos for calm, effective control? Well, that's exactly the system we're going to build together today.
I mean, does this just hit a little too close to home? You're balancing classes, maybe a job, clubs, and, trying to actually see your friends. It's no wonder everything feels so chaotic. It feels like this constant losing battle against procrastination and looming deadlines, right?
But here's the good news. You don't have to live like that. The secret isn't some magical cure-all app, and it's definitely not about just working harder. It's about building a smart, personalized system that works for you. So let's do it. Let's build that system piece by piece.
So we're calling this the Student Productivity System. And I want you to think of it less like a set of rigid rules and more like your own personal command center. It's a flexible framework that you can shape to handle literally everything school and life decides to throw at you.
Our system really boils down to 4 main jobs. First, we need to capture and organize everything into what we'll call a digital brain. Second, we're going to structure our time and create an actual blueprint for our day. Third, we have to prioritize and figure out what actually matters. And finally, the big one, we'll learn how to focus and execute with deep work.
So let's start with part 1. Here's a key idea. Your brain is for having ideas, not for holding them. We need a trusted place outside of your head to capture every single task, every random thought, every little note. Honestly, this is the foundation. If you get this right, everything else becomes so much easier. Now, when it comes to the tools for this, you've got 2 main philosophies to choose from. You can go the all-in-one route with something like Notion, where your entire life lives in one super flexible space, or you can assemble a team of specialists, dedicated apps that each do one thing absolutely perfectly.
Okay, so if you go with the all-in-one approach, a tool like Notion can become your entire student dashboard. Just imagine this, all of your class notes in one database, tagged by course and topic. You can link research articles directly to your essay outlines, and get this, you can even use its AI to give you instant summaries of those dense readings. It is an incredibly powerful hub.
But hey, maybe the all-in-one approach isn't your vibe. No problem. Let's look at 2 heavyweights in the dedicated app world. Todoist and TickTick. Todoist is the king of clean simplicity, and it plugs into more than 80 other apps. TickTick, on the other hand, is kind of like a Swiss Army knife. It packs in more features like a built-in Pomodoro timer and even habit tracking all in one place.
Okay, so you've captured everything. Awesome. But a massive to-do list can be just as overwhelming as a messy mind, right? The next step is to give all those tasks a specific time and place to live. This is where we turn that long list into an actual concrete plan.
And for this part, your calendar is about to become your new best friend. I'm serious. We're going to start using it for way more than just class times and appointments. We're talking dedicated blocks for studying, for workouts, even for relaxing. It's about creating a true visual blueprint for your day.
The secret weapon here is a technique called time blocking. The idea is so simple, but wow, is it powerful. You literally take items from your to-do list and drag them onto your calendar, giving each one a specific block of time. This way, you don't just know what you need to do, you know exactly when you're going to do it. And don't just take my word for how effective this is. The productivity guru Cal Newport says a well-structured 40-hour time-blocked week can produce the same amount of work as a chaotic 60-plus hour week. For a student, that means getting more done in less time, which means more time for, well, not studying. That is the very definition of working smarter, not harder. Okay, so you've captured your tasks, you've blocked out time on your calendar, you're on a roll. But then you look at Tuesday and see 3 huge tasks scheduled. Which one do you tackle first? This brings us to our next critical step, strategy and prioritization.
And this is the question that trips up so many of us, isn't it? You just stare at the list, not sure where to even begin, and you end up doing nothing. It's that classic analysis paralysis. Having a clear, simple framework to make this decision is an absolute game changer.
And that framework is the Eisenhower Matrix. Yeah, it sounds a little intense, but trust me, it's one of the simplest, most powerful sorting tools you'll ever use. It helps you see beyond what's just due soon and focus on what's actually important for your goals. So here's how it works. It is beautifully simple. You've got 2 axes, one for urgency, urgent versus not urgent, and one for importance, important versus not important. That's it. Every single thing on your to-do list gets dropped into one of these 4 boxes, and suddenly you have total clarity.
And from there, the actions are crystal clear. Anything that's urgent and important, you do it now. No excuses. If it's important but not urgent, like studying for midterms that are 3 weeks away, you schedule it. Urgent but not important? Try to delegate it. And my favorite quadrant, if it's neither urgent nor important, just delete it. Get it off your list. It is so satisfying.
We've made it to the final step. You've captured, structured, and prioritized everything. You have a beautiful plan. But now comes the moment of truth, actually executing that plan. This is all about protecting your focus and getting the work done.
Because let's be honest, the modern world is basically a minefield of distractions. Your phone is buzzing, you've got 50 tabs open, your friends are texting, your focus is under constant attack. You need a battle plan to block out all that noise.
And one of the best battle plans out there is the Pomodoro technique. It's so simple. You pick one task, set a timer for 25 minutes, and for those 25 minutes, you do nothing else. 0 interruptions. Then, you get a mandatory 5-minute break. It trains your brain to focus in short sprints and actually prevents burnout because the breaks are built right in.
Now, we've covered a whole lot of ground here, different tools, different techniques, but it is so vital to remember this. There is no perfect one-size-fits-all solution. The final and maybe the most important step of all is to make this system truly your own.
And this is especially crucial for neurodivergent students. If the standard productivity apps just don't click for your brain, that's completely okay. There are some amazing tools out there designed specifically for brains that work differently, tackling things like time blindness or executive dysfunction. From visual planners like Timo to apps like FocusBear that help you stick to routines.
The bottom line is this. Your best system is the one you'll actually stick with. So please, experiment. Play around with it. Maybe you love Notion for your notes, but you need TickTick's timer to stay focused. Maybe you time block your weekdays, but keep your weekends more flexible. The whole point is to mix and match until you've built a system that feels like it was designed just for you.
And look, you don't have to do all of this overnight. That would be overwhelming. Building a great system just starts with one small change. Maybe it's just trying one 25-minute Pomodoro session tomorrow. Or maybe it's just downloading a task manager and getting stuff out of your head. The important thing is to just start. So I'll leave you with this question. What's your first step going to be?